What's cracking, everybody, and welcome to episode 216 of the Good Kraken podcast. I'm one of your hosts tonight, Arnell Pearson, alongside the man who has returned, Brevin Devin, the dude. What's happening, Doug?
I mean, technically, you're the man who's returned today.
Yeah, I know. Technically, I am. You're right. Definitely not wrong.
Returned man.
I'm only halfway here, though, to be completely honest. Like, my brain's kind of all over the place, and I'm waiting for this Vicodin to kick in. So, like...
Your back still hurt from last night.
From every night with you, you know what I mean?
You know, I put that dog inside. You know
okay, let's Garrick, the top of your laptop sticking out there a little bit. Or you can just show us your Pornhub window there if you want to.
I don't have Pornhub. Can't have Pornhub in Utah.
Yeah, it's illegal.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they banished porn. I forgot they did that. That's right.
Yeah. So I just use one of the other 90,000 websites available. Actually.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Man, what a big loss.
Can I say this for you, Derek? You sound like you're coming through a different microphone source now.
I'm definitely not.
It's just his mic's a little bit further away. That's all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dude, get it up close, Garrick. Get it up close and tell us something. Tell us a little dirty secret.
No. Tell me something.
Tell me something naughty, Garrick.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm checking something. It did change. What the fuck, you computer? I'm literally gonna throw this whole thing away.
Of a wolf.
We gotta get you a computer before you throw away the old one. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Devin, how's your day today going, dog?
Ah!
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That sums it up.
Great. Well, we also have the man who can't watch Pornhub. It is Devin's little cherry blossom, Gedek Bartholomew Ita.
Yeah.
But he's drinking.
I almost thought that was like one of those Foster's beer cans at first because I didn't see the top and all I saw was like a shiny.
The big thicky boys, yeah.
Yeah, those big ass thick Foster's beer cans. You know what I'm talking about?
For you. Garrick, how are you doing today?
I'm alright, man. My fucking knee is doing things. It's good some days, bad other days. It's kneeing. No, but I did go to the optometrist yesterday. Because I don't know if I mentioned it, but I broke my glasses last week.
Oh,
2 weeks ago.
Did not know that.
I broke my glasses. So yeah, the fucking nose piece snapped off. So I was like, well, I can't really fucking fix this myself. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna get some new glasses. Well, my vision is so much worse than before. My prescription is so bad. So bad. I'm at a -10 in each eye.
Oh my god.
Jeez, dude, that's worse than me right now.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Just you wait, DJ. Just you wait. That's your future.
What do you mean? Just I wait. So a threat?
It only gets worse from there. You know what I'm saying?
Is that a threat?
I'm over here at like 18, 16.
Yeah, no, dude, not me. I've worn glasses since I was in kindergarten, and that's just my life. That's my life, bro. And no, I ordered some new glasses, but they said it could take like fucking 6 to 8 weeks to get in. So I'm just like milking this really shitty old pair of contacts that I can barely see out of. It's so fucking good. It's so good. I hate it.
Are you not able to get more temporarily, or?
I didn't get a contacts fitting, so no. And it costs more for that, and I can't afford a contacts fitting, so no.
That's fucked.
My glasses were still like $300 with insurance.
Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. I hate
that makes me feel unpatriotic.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I hate that we have to pay extra for shit that is not our fault. You know what I mean? I hate that shit. I hate that so much.
It's great. Love it so much.
Man,
I love choosing to be blind every day, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I took you as the kind of person that would choose that. But speaking of choosing, we have the man we chose many moons ago. We have Twitch.tv's DJ Surfer! DJ? How's your day today going with your vision? That's better than Garrick's.
Actually, no, I lied. It's worse than Eric's.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's like 6.5. So just
Dude,
Dude, I passed that. I passed that like years ago. Years ago, I was at a -6.
Yeah, damn.
Dude, it is literally like I have to like order special lenses.
No, I
Yeah,
told you,
because
DJ,
you-
this is your future.
Garrick
You gotta get the
understands like
high-index
if we don't have anything helping us with our vision, we cannot operate a motor vehicle. It is impossible for us to.
Dude, it's not even a motor vehicle. I can't fucking get around. I'd be barely getting around my house.
Yes,
Without
yeah.
fucking, like I'm not leaving the premises.
No,
for
me, it's
fucking
like, this is
real,
how
dude.
far.
Like
This is how
it
far I
is
can
like
see.
right there. Like I can't see shit.
And
We're
that's
not
why-
legally blind yet. It's fucked up.
Nope, that's crazy. Oddly enough, we're
We're
not.
not considered legally blind, but I can't see like that far from my face.
So when
It's crazy how that
it?
isn't a disability.
When isn't it? Or actually, when is it legally blind? Is it like -30?
So basically, when you can no longer distinguish objects, and literally DJ and I have just enough clarity to see shapes.
Yes, and that constitutes us as being not blind.
Not
legally blind. Yeah, which
I
I
makes
can look
no
and be
fucking
like,
sense.
that's
Like-
probably a house over there.
I could be like,
or a building at least.
Is that a triangle? Is that a triangle?
I'm messaging my
I
friend
can't
and I'm
make out
like,
what-
how blind are you? Like, what is your eye rating?
I know. Let me take some Marilyn and find out because her eyes. Are
Yeah,
fucked
dude.
up, too.
My prescription is so dog shit. Like it's awful. It's awful. Don't go blind, people. Take care of your fucking eyes. I mean, I know a lot of the times you don't have a choice,
I'm
but
fully
like,
planning on getting LASIK when I get the money.
dude,
I'm fully planning on it.
I think I'm going to go like not the LASIK route, but the permanent lens.
Permanent
the new
contact, permanent
I'm gonna
contact
do- I'm
lenses.
gonna do one of those. I think.
I might do that too. I'm considering both options whenever.
All right,
it comes
Dude,
to
I've
it.
worn glasses. I've worn glasses for 25 years, and I'm fucking over it.
Yeah.
Hello.
Nope.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
Hey, you're on the Good Kraken podcast today. How are you?
Oh God, babe.
Honey, so we had a very quick question for you. What is your like vision?
What is my vision for what?
Like your eyesight.
Your
like, what's your
like
That's what you want for
prescription at?
prescription. There you go.
Oh, it's really bad. It's
Yeah.
really bad. I don't know the actual like I don't know like 20/20 that kind of thing, but I know that my one eye is -4 and the other one is +2.75 for contact.
So blind.
So I got that astigmatism.
I'm so blind. Negative 10
Garrett-
in each
Garrick
eye.
has -10 in each eye. We were talking about. We were like, what?
Yeah.
What is everyone else's at?
And I'm -7, so
Yeah,
I'm right
not
there
that-
with
not quite
Garrick,
that blind.
basically.
Oh gosh. Okay, baby. Well, that's all we needed. I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
Bye. Well, there you go. So Garrick is officially the
-4
most
and then
blind ass
plus.
person.
Wait. -4 and then +2. Like,
Dude, that's
like-
wild because that means she's nearsighted in one eye and farsighted in the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that astigmatism
actually
fucked her up real
insane.
bad.
Yeah, that'll do it. I have an astigmatism in
just
both
fucked
eyes.
my eyes up. Like I just can't see shit. I just can't see shit at all.
It's just all fucked up.
Sucks to be you
I do
guys.
I do need to go get my eyes checked soon because I have pretty decent eyesight, but I'm noticing that it is not. as
You're
good as it
squinting a
was.
lot more. You're squinting like. Wait, what?
When I see like small things, I do have to like squint a little bit, but just like it's yeah. Like, I do need to get checked out eventually. The hearing is definitely.
I don't
more
know
of
if
a
you guys
problem
can see
than-
the lenses on that. I'll put that on there.
Yeah, some thick ass dogs. All right, she goes. I honestly don't remember what my prescription is. She just knows she has astigmatism.
Ah,
That's all
yes.
she
Look,
said.
If you have an astigmatism, I feel for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
pretty terrible shit. I mean, like
instead of my eye developing normally like it should be, it's now concave like a fucking football, dude. Like it actually just
Astigmatism is like tinnitus for your fucking eyeballs.
it sure is. It sure is. But we are not the tinnitus to your ears.
I wish I was Daredevil.
I wish I was Daredevil.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. I wish I was
Daredevil sees better than I do, which is fucked up.
I don't know about all that, but
He can.
I
Technically,
mean, in all technicality, yeah, you're right. I guess you're right. But we're not talking about Daredevil today. Today we're talking. Can Game Freak do that? Silksong wants a silky smooth launch and a small step for Xbox, and not necessarily in that order, and much, much more, because this is the Good Kraken Podcast, your choice for all the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 12 p.m. If you're on this wave, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and soon have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services across the digital sea.
Yarg.
But if you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that is totally fine. You can watch us record the show live right here at twitch.tv/GoodKraken Show. If you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime. DJ, tell them.
Prime Gaming.
And we would love for you to give that to us to help keep us pushing content out for all of you that are listening or watching at home. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken Podcast with an exclamation mark and leaving a review
exclamation
Review.
The #1 podcast in Turkey.
The
Devin!
#1 podcast in Antarctica. Yes.
We have some captain's orders, guys. So I'm actually going to do a big edit on this first one, Garrick. Guys, I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
I literally filled it out the way I did because I was just like, I
Don't know where to go.
I don't know what to go with this.
I apologize. In our second captain's orders,
He's not even going to elaborate.
no, I unfortunately have been in and out of the hospital for the past week because of these issues with my back and stuff going on with me apparently passing out at work, and just like it's been a real long week of hospital visits for me. So I actually did not get a chance to put up the most recent 2 episodes of the Good Kraken Podcast and the Shipwreck Show up on podcast platforms. And at this point, I don't want to.
Yeah, and honestly, guys, thoughts and prayers for her now. Thoughts
Honestly,
Yeah, if I'm dead in 30 days, y'all know why.
I wanted those podcasts up. I wanted them uploaded.
Yeah.
I don't care you were in the hospital. I could have done it. If I was in the hospital, I wouldn't be. So, there you go. Or no
Wow.
excuses.
Wow.
If I was in the hospital, I wouldn't be.
Yeah, you know what he would have done? He would have driven back and forth between his house like 4 times to make sure they were
I would
done.
never let it happen.
He
just saying.
what
And then
DJ
he would have got a
done,
speeding ticket along the way.
Yeah.
what he would have done was just not.
I just wouldn't have.
This wouldn't
I
have
just wouldn't have.
happened. You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
when
it
the,
would never happen to
when
me.
the world is ending,
no.
he'd just stop it.
I just say don't.
Like he
And it
thinks
just
his back
doesn't
and he just
happen.
goes, nope, and he's fine.
Nuh-uh. And then they're just like, oh, you know what I mean? That's it. So with that said, I do feel like it is probably probably just a little too late anyways for me to be uploading the episode. So I'll just make sure that things are uploaded good from here on out. I need to sit down with Devin and show him how to appropriately upload things again. So that way I don't have to handle those things every single time, so that we can make sure that we guarantee those things for you guys. What's up?
Now we have a lost episode. So someday, like years from now, we'd be like, hey, here's the lost
It's
GK
what's the
episode. Just
AI
like the
episode,
lost
right?
I
Dragon
just
Ball
shadow
Z.
drop
We just
it.
gotta-
The lost shipwreck.
We have two episodes.
That shipwreck was good too.
It was a good one. Maybe
Yeah,
we'll shadow
had to
drop
be
it.
there, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll shadow drop it.
Wasn't that the Chat GPT one?
It was.
Yeah, dude, that has to get uploaded. That has to be.
Maybe
at some point.
let's ask ChatGPT.
ChatGPT
when it's going to drop.
release this?
Well, let's find out right now. Which is a little teaser for you guys. This is exactly how that episode went.
Yeah.
When
Let's ask
should
ChatGPT.
I release this podcast episode in the future? Let's see.
I'll just say some egregious shit
Be
like
so
3023.
ridiculous, right?
No, don't. I don't want all that explanation of choosing an ideal release date, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Choose a date from now into the indefinite future.
It's like
No, just
10,000
give it the parameters of like between now and the end of the year.
What the fuck?
And
I said, just give me a random date. I said, certainly, here's a random date for you to consider. July 12th, 2023.
July 12th.
All right, there you go. July 12th.
2 months. 2 months.
2023. The
2 months, and you'll get the ChatGPT episode.
ChatGPT just did it for all of us. There you go.
Yeah,
guys.
There you
ChatGPT
go.
just went, I have spoken.
It sure did. It sure fucking did.
Also, watch fucking season 3, you heathen.
I did. I'm on episode 7 now.
I have spoken.
Yeah, this is the way, my friend. Yeah, I just got to the one with Bo-Katan getting the thing.
Nice.
Yo, spoilers, dude. Oh my god, bro. What
Yeah.
the heck?
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah,
spoilers.
she's getting it rough.
Jesus. Okay. All right. Our other captain's order. Just as a reminder for you guys, we are not doing solo Wednesday streams anymore. Gameplay streams specifically. We are curating our content a little bit more so we can make more of an impact during the content that we have on our weekly schedule for you guys. So instead of doing Wednesday solo streams between the four of us and kind of rotating each week between the four of us, we are instead going to basically just keep an eye out on what games are coming out through each week and determining whether or not one of those games is more fitted for one of the four of us, and doing that on a Friday night. Or if it's a good multiplayer night, we will continue to do splash damage. So just keep that in mind.
Wednesdays don't exist.
Wednesdays don't exist anymore, right? Right, ChatGPT? Actually, what day of the
They
week
don't
is
exist
July 12th?
anymore after July 12th.
What day of the week is July 12th?
Wait, well, yeah. What is
It's
it?
a Wednesday!
It's Wednesday. That's perfect. Actually, that's actually perfect.
Damn. Wow,
love
that
that.
is
Perfect.
fucking bonkers, dude. Devin, tell the people at home what we're doing next.
Guys, it's time to go to the helm.
Guys, the Helm is our news story section where we talk a little bit about some rolled out news that has really come into the nerd culture arena, and we want to fill you guys in on it. So, firstly, Pokemon Dev are working on a mysterious new action adventure codenamed Project Bloom. This comes from Ethan Gotch over at Kotaku, and they say, longtime Pokemon maker Game Freak just announced something completely unrelated that will be published by Take-Two's private division label. Codenamed Project Bloom, it's an early development and build as an action-adventure game, and that's basically all we know about it. Quote, Private Division will publish a brand new action-adventure IP from Game Freak, codenamed Project Bloom, the publisher wrote in a press release. To celebrate this announcement, Private Division and Game Freak have unveiled the first piece of concept art for the game, end quote. The concept art shows a lone warrior sporting a conical hat and a sword in an ancient forest that's filled with little fluorescent spores. It looks like what you might get if you mash together Pokemon Legends Arceus?
Yes.
Yeah, you
Thank
got
you.
it.
With Elden Ring. There you go. I finally did it. Who knows if that's an indication of anything other than my own limited imagination, but fans already seem receptive to news. Quote, we're thrilled to have the opportunity to create new IP that is bold and tonally different from our prior work. Kota Furushima, director at Game Freak, said in today's announcement. The game won't be coming anytime soon, though. Private Division says it's aiming to launch the project sometime in Take-Two's 2026 fiscal year, so by early 2027 at the latest. Game Freak is
Yeesh.
no stranger to working on non-Pokemon games. Pocket Card Jockey was a 2013 3DS game that people fell in love with and was recently remastered on Apple Arcade, while 2019's Little Town Hero was a cute little RPG that no one really paid much attention to. Project Bloom, however, appears to be much more ambitious and potentially darker than those side experiments. How does the Japanese studio find the time? It recently released 3 new Pokemon games in the span of 12 months, culminating in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which was full of new ideas and also pretty busted at launch. It left fans wondering what's holding the studio back from making more visually ambitious games, and whether it should take more time in between entries in the mega hit franchise. Will Project Bloom add even more strength to the roughly 200-person company, or will it end up being the spectacle fans wish the Pokemon games could be? We'll find out about 3 years from now. So,
Well, now we know
Weird.
why Pokemon was busted at launch, because they're like, hey, I have this idea. Let's work on this.
hey, what if we just did Elden Ring for Pokemon?
Yeah.
That's what they did. That's what they said. Yeah. Garrick, as one of our mainline Pokemon guys here, does this excite you?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's just kind of exciting in general when like we get to see new IPs, especially from like devs that notoriously only make one thing. And I was even kind of curious. I was just like, I wonder how many other like non-Pokemon titles Game Freak has done. And it seems like they do tend to do like a handful here and there each generation. They even do have a couple on the Switch this time around that aren't Pokemon games, but they're all pretty much in that wheelhouse of Little Town Hero, where like nobody's ever heard of these games or played these games because they're not Pokemon. I think this one being an action adventure is going to make it a little bit broader, which will probably get a little bit more traction early on. And I did have the opportunity to look at the concept art that they shared from Nintendo and in this article. And I liked the direction. This looked like it was a much more mature art style. It looked like it was definitely a leaning more towards like that 13 to 17-year-old sort of like target audience range rather than like the 8 to 12 that Pokemon sort of floats in. So like it looks like it's totally going to be quite a bit different, and it looked like they might have I wasn't some of the art was kind of like vague, so I wasn't sure if maybe they had like an umbrella or like a katana of some kind where like it looked like real-time combat might be featured based off of like the way the world kind of showcased itself in the little art. But I don't know. I'm just interested to see if they end up doing something not turn-based, because that's pretty much what they have done in the past. And I don't know. Yay, new IPs. I just love new IPs.
Devin, what about you, man? I mean, does the idea of a potential Pokemon Elden Ring Soulsborne style game in a Pokemon world, I guess is kind of what we're looking at here, does that excite you? Does that like kind of hit the gas pedal for you a little bit?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Yep,
Devi,
you're muted.
Devi, you're muted.
Oh, look at that. That's a button. I'd be interested to see. I want to say that they're gonna maybe deviate away from this being Pokemon style at all. It is very possible that this could still be a turn-based game, though, which would make it a good place to be on whatever Nintendo's new console is that they're coming out with here. That is rumored within the next year or so. I wouldn't be surprised if they kept a turn-based layout, honestly, but maybe more catered towards something like Bravely Default or earlier Final Fantasy entries. Is probably kind of what I think they might do.
Hear me out, right? Hear me out. Monster Hunter, but Pokemon. He's just fucking stabbing fucking Tauroses and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, this Kangaskhan, he's punching the shit out of Kangaskhan. Like,
I mean,
take that bitch.
They would be doing, it would be making it source to the original manga.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. That's for sure. I mean, like, even here looking at this concept art, right? There's a lot of different directions we could go from this. I mean, this is given big time Wild Hearts vibes here.
Yeah.
And nothing Pokemon out of this. Nothing Pokemon at all is coming from this, if you ask me. Outside of maybe, if you look kind of closely at the outfit, I'm seeing some like light blue and like dark teal sort of thing going on with that like top. That's kind of it. It's kind of it though. So I go to DJ here. What do you think this is going to be?
They said it's an action adventure, so I'm just gonna bank on it being like, um, I guess like how they described it, Elden Ring, but I guess not with all these Souls like, um, all the things that you get with a Souls like game. Um, I think this will probably focus more on the adventure part of the action adventure. Um, from this one screenshot, it seems like the world is massive around. I assume this is the player character or one of the characters in game. Um, so maybe we might get like a Shadow of Colossus type thing for the Switch, or not the Switch, or whatever console Nintendo plans on releasing.
Oh my
And this
god,
will
if
be
they gave us a Shadow of Colossus like in which we are hunting legendary Pokemon, I will fucking give them my money.
Cornell, it's not Pokemon.
I know.
Yeah, they don't say
know,
it's Pokemon at
I know.
all.
But imagine though, you know what I mean? Imagine though, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that'd be so fucking
like
cool.
lore accurate whale lord. Like you
Yeah,
just
I
see
mean,
it.
like
It's
it.
huge.
The thing is too though, it's one thing that I'm having a little concern about is, as sort of Garrick was sort of like talking and pointing out, the article sort of talked about, this company hasn't really done a whole lot of success outside of Pokemon. So I'm like curious as to what direction they're willing to take this, right? And how much they're going to be willing to put into it. Because I mean, like, Pokemon is I would say, billions of dollars of franchise a year. You would
Every
think
year.
that they would be willing to put more money towards the development of their games to be a much cleaner experience than what we got in Scarlet and Violet, right? Does that mean we're gonna get the same result out of this game too? I mean, like, if not less, because it's less of a budget. I don't know. DJ, go ahead.
I was gonna say that even though I'm excited for this, I'm also very skeptical because our latest reviews of the last few iterations of the Pokemon games haven't been the greatest. Um, and we've said it time and time, like there seems to be some sort of lack of effort and lack of substance in these titles. And Pokemon is almost like a yearly thing. So I don't know how much resources they can really pool for this game if they're working on Pokemon every year. So it begs the question for me, like, do you think they might shelve Pokemon for a year, and but then fans of the Pokemon games want another Pokemon game, so then they'll have to work on that. It's just kind of, I don't see how they can. I mean, of course they'll work on both at the same time. They can, but one has to dip in quality, and I will bet that it will be this game rather than the Pokemon game. But then again, Pokemon fans just buy whatever they release. So it doesn't matter what quality it's in. They're just gonna buy it. And they're the most like vocal out of out of all of them, but they still buy it regardless. So I don't know.
Garrick from the Good Kraken podcast.
Yeah, so I actually think that they are, in fact, going to do we're going to bench Pokemon model, but I don't think they're going to do it in the sense that they are not going to just produce anything. Because Scarlet and Violet has a little bit of it's got the ability to expand on its gameplay content with its time travel stuff, which it literally has. It literally has time travel in it. And because of that, they've really opened up the ability to have like those anomaly Pokemon. I cannot for the fucking life of me remember me. Do not roast me, Pokemon stands, please. There's so many fucking kinds of Pokemon I can't remember what all the goddamn different mega whatever the fucks are called. This is the person who plays the games. But like, I think they're gonna do DLC content for Scarlet and Violet for a good chunk of the future, which will take a much smaller team to develop and maintain, while also being able to provide a good core focus on their next title, which will be Project Blue.
All right, I like it. Well,
Okay.
the only time will tell, my friends, what this ends up being, but I am excited to see what Game Freak and those good old
Pikmin
wonderful
5.
video gamer production teams
Pikmin
can come up here. Pikmin 8, yeah.
It's
In the meantime,
Pikmin,
though,
yeah, Pikmin 8.
Devin has some great news for all of us that he's very excited to talk about. Devin, take our next story, my friend.
Yeah. Xbox's Activision Blizzard deal has officially been approved in Europe. This is coming from Fraser Gilbert over at Pure Xbox. Microsoft's attempted acquisition of Activision Blizzard has taken a huge step forward today. And oh whoa, I just had a little cutout. That was weird. We all good? Am I still here?
Yeah,
Okay,
you're good.
cool.
Continue.
Cool. So Activision Blizzard has taken a huge step forward today as the European Commission has voted to approve the deal, leaving just the UK CMA and US FTC as the major roadblocks right now. In a report from the Commission, it was explained that Microsoft's proposed remedies in regards to cloud gaming were enough to fully address the regulator's previous concerns. Here's what Microsoft offered with a 10-year duration: a free license to consumers in the EEA that would allow them to stream, it's in the game, via any cloud game streaming services of their choice. All current and future Activision Blizzard PC and console games for which they have a license. The second proposition, a corresponding free license to cloud game streaming service providers to allow EEA, it's in the game, based gamers to stream any Activision Blizzard's PC and console games. And here's what the European Commission had to say about Microsoft's offer. These licenses will ensure that gamers that have purchased one or more Activision games on a PC or console store that have subscribed to a multi-game subscription service that includes Activision games have the right to stream those games with any cloud game streaming service of their choice and play them on any device using any operating system. The remedies also ensure that Activision's games available for streaming will have the same quality and content as games available for traditional download. In regards to other areas, the European Commission previously determined that Microsoft would not be able to harm rival consoles and rival multi-game subscription services, so Sony's complaints ultimately fell on deaf ears. The Commission concluded today's report with the following statement. Quote, taking into consideration the feedback of the market, the Commission concluded that the proposed acquisition as modified by the commitments would no longer raise competition concerns and would ultimately unlock significant benefits for competition and consumers. The Commission's decision to conditional upon full compliance with the commitments under the supervision of the Commission. An independent trustee will be in charge of monitoring their implementation. Of course, there's still a long way to go until we get full resolution for the Activision Blizzard deal, but today's European Commission approval marks a major milestone and will definitely be seen as a celebratory moment within Microsoft.
Cool. So, just so everybody understands, EEA is European Economic Territory Alliance, something like that. It basically Europe. We can kind of boil that down. So now we understand that like this was something that Europe was concerned about because they felt they weren't getting their slice of the pie. And Microsoft has made some promises that made Europe feel that they are now getting that slice of pie. So, Devin, do you feel that, one, this is a fair trade-off? And two, what do you see this meaning for this cloud service gaming in terms of Europe being concerned? Because obviously we have seen concerns on the US side about people not having the appropriate internet to be able to do cloud stream services across the country, across the board, no matter what. Is that going to be an exception in Europe? How do you think they're going about this?
I think this is just more so like an external option. It did clearly state if you own the game, you will have a free license to cloud streaming services.
Could you turn your gain up again for me a little bit? It went down again for some reason.
It did say specifically if you have like a physical copy or a download of the game, it'll let you use a license for those cloud streaming services. So essentially what it's saying is you do not have to buy this game multiple times to be able to use it on, things like what's NVIDIA Shield? Is that like the NVIDIA one? Or like, let's say hypothetically speaking, what's the Amazon one they tried doing too? I can't remember.
It's still around technically. Luna.
Yeah. So like things on like Luna and NVIDIA Shield, you would essentially just be able to play that game there as well, as long as you have the internet connection and the device OS that supports those streaming services. So it's not like they're really giving away the game for free. It's that you'll be getting another license along with your games now. So it sounds like instead of just having a digital download license and like a console/physical media such as CD license, we're gonna start getting things like physical media license. We're gonna get our download license where we can take it anywhere, like with our account, right? And then we're gonna get our cloud streaming license. And honestly, this is actually really, really good for consumers in gaming because this also helps with game longevity. This also helps with you feeling like your $70 to $100 purchase nowadays is more worth it because you're getting a license that you can use in different factions. Now, like instead of me only being able to use xCloud to play Game Pass games, maybe this will make it so our digital games that we buy now will also be available in xCloud, for instance, just to put it as simple as possible.
Okay, so because when in regards to the concern about potential for, the internet limitations, right? I'm doing that here on the second quote of the 10-year duration, the quote corresponding free license to cloud game streaming service providers to allow EEA-based gamers to stream any Activision Blizzard's PC and console games. So in that sense, they're saying, yeah, as you were saying, you have the availability to stream these if you have the license for the game purchased prior and, a physical copy, something like that. But there's also another quote here. I can't remember exactly where it was. I think it might have been somewhere there in the middle. But basically saying that they're being promised the same quality of gameplay in streaming as they would if they had the hard copy in. Is that not a little bit outrageous?
I agree. There should be like a little star asterisk next to that. It should be, determined off of certain bandwidth. I will say I have tested the cloud streaming off of 100 megabytes per second, and it runs fantastic. There's like no input lag at all. Sure. And I feel like that 70 to 100 megabytes per second is probably like the most common internet speed in the US right now. We do know it's a lot higher in places in like major cities in Europe and, Eastern cities and countries, like Tokyo or Singapore, because they have better internet. They really do, implemented a lot better than we do. So that this seems like a more prominent promise for areas like that, with it being more of like an a la carte type of service for us here in the US.
Okay. DJ, let's go to you really quick, my friend. What are your thoughts on this? Do you see a bright future with cloud gaming in terms of this being an offer? Because, do you think that they're offering this to the EEA and not anyone else? Or do you think it's going to be an across-the-board ordeal?
I think it will be a little bit... first I will say I am excited to see this. But until, of course, they're making this proposition in the States as well as the UK. Um, but those the FTC and UK's whatever they have it, CMA, uh have not budged on this yet because of the complaints that that complaints that Sony brought up to the EEA and stuff like that, or the European Commission. Um but I think with this, I hope that gets the ball rolling for the FTC and the CMA to make a move for us to start getting a license for uh, our streamed games, because I think a growing concern with how like digital everything's getting is that we don't really own our games, and if those platforms die, we basically lose the games that we bought, and our money, our hard-earned money gets that we spent on those games, is kind of just lost. We don't own any of our titles, so hopefully maybe this is a step in the right direction of maybe we should have or have a conversation of we should be able to own, like fully own, at least the license of just the game that we bought, like the instance of the game that we bought. um so I mean it uh I think it's cool what they're doing and what they're proposing. um and I think it's a step in the right direction. I just want to own my games, man. I just don't want to lose to all the money I spent on these games if they just die. Um,
Agreed. Definitely understandable, my friend. We gotta keep those games kicking around as long as possible. You know what I mean? We're spending money
mhm.
on it. I want to keep it forever. Garrick, I want to go to you as sort of the closing out here. The European Commission previously determined that Microsoft, quote, would not be able to harm rival consoles and rival multi-game subscription services, end quote. What do you think about that? Because they end that by saying Sony's complaints ultimately falling on deaf ears, right? Because that is, in summary, what Sony is concerned about here. We can't compete against Game Pass if they're allowed to acquisition all these major companies, that make major AAA games. Do you agree with this statement that by doing this they can't harm rival consoles and competition, or is there still a concern here?
I definitely think there's still a lot of conglomerates around the world. I mean, like almost immediately after the EEA's response to this and the approval of the deal, the UK CMA decided to literally just come swinging dick out on Twitter about how firmly they were still against this, regardless of the 10-year plan and appeal that Microsoft has made to the European to the EEA. And the UK is still not remotely convinced that Microsoft is unable, uh, truly unable to damage their competitors. And I actually, as much as I do think that, like, from a consumer standpoint, I think I would love this. I do see from the business standpoint where the Microsoft still definitely has the capability to do harm to their competitors, pretty severe harm, to a couple of really strong companies that have had a leg up on them for a very, very long time. But the thing is, it wouldn't be this gigantic like market takeover that I think a lot of people are picturing it to be. It just means that Xbox would now have a much, much more prominent place in the market than they do right now. Because no matter how you slice this pie, Xbox is losing the console race. They just are. This is not a secret anymore. This is not me being a Sony brony. Like, this is literally just me laying out the facts for you. They have already lost the race. That you cannot, they cannot recover that. They lost the most important console generation there was. They lost that race. Those words came out of Phil Spencer's very own mouth. He acknowledged it himself. They lost it there. Now Xbox as a company needs to find a space for them where they can still exist in gaming for their benefit of their player base and their consumers. Now, are they going to be gaining this massive blowing up of users and player bases if they do end up getting Activision Blizzard? I do not think so. I genuinely think that it would probably end up balancing itself out because a lot of people are going to, might migrate to the Xbox ecosystem to access some of Activision Blizzard's titles that might no longer be on Sony. But just as many of those players already exist in the PC ecosystem and have access to all of that stuff already. So I think it might just end up being a big balancing out. But I don't know. I think the UK's concerns aren't unfounded, right? Like we're definitely like from the big picture standpoint, there are companies now that are vying for monopoly-like control of multiple companies, and Sony is also doing this, just much quieter at the moment. Just so everybody knows, like this is going on across the board. These companies are getting eaten up. Embracer Group is doing the exact same thing. Microsoft just happens to be doing it quickly and on a very aggressive scale because they feel that as a company, this is what they need to do to secure Xbox's future.
Mm-hmm. Nicely put.
Thank you, sir. I like it. Garrick, I hate to make you talk a little bit more, my friend, but if you could take our last story here, my friend, fill the people in on one wonderful, notorious game here. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of a bittersweet little piece of news in a weird way. But, I'm just glad we got some news. But damn, Hollow Knight Silksong has been delayed. And this is coming from Jessica Howard at GameSpot. Hollow Knight Silksong, the highly anticipated follow-up to 2017's Hollow Knight, has been delayed. Team Cherry's marketing and publishing representative, Matthew Griffin, shared the announcement via Twitter, writing... I'm going to actually give you guys the full quote. Give me 1 second.
Oh, that's why you hyperlinked it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, because there was quite a bit more than what they just said in the article here. So I just wanted to make sure you guys have the full quote. So Matthew Griffin tweeted at home, "Hey gang, just a quick update about Silksong. We had planned to release in the first half of 2023, but development is still continuing. We're excited about how the game is shaping up, and it's gotten quite big. So we want to make sure to take the time to make the game as good as we can. Expect more details from us as we get closer to release." They go on to say, though this might come as a blow to those eager for more Hollow Knight, right here. Griffin went on to state that this delay is to ensure that the team has the time to make the game as good as they can. Griffin also wrote that Silksong has gotten quite big and that the studio is already excited about how the game is shaping up. So while you might be able to wait just a little bit longer to have to play what was originally one of the most anticipated titles of 2020, we're hoping it'll be worth the wait. Revealed back in 2019, Hollow Knight Silksong has been in development for nearly 5 years. Throughout the bulk of the development process, Team Cherry has kept quiet about the title's content, scale, and release date. However, during 2022's Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase, the studio indulged fans with gameplay, a vague release window, and the news that the game would hit Xbox Game Pass on day one. Shortly after these announcements, Sony confirmed Silksong will be available to play on PlayStation consoles as well. Hollow Knight Silksong follows the journey of a fan-favorite NPC, Hornet, the princess protector of Hollow Nest. As she embarks on a journey all her own, Team Cherry has yet to share the game's new release window, but the upcoming title will be available on all consoles, PC, and Mac.
So, obviously not a whole lot here that we have really left to have to say. I just want to let it be known, fuck you guys. I hate all of you because
I called this.
God damn it, man! Because
I think. Wait. I think
it's not. I'm looking at it right now. It's not
okay.
perfect or anything. Yeah.
No, but you did grab that bad boy.
I did have that.
For our fantasy critic.
Fantasy critic.
But I'm a little sad, but also this just makes me excited because they gave us like a little sprinkling of like, hey, there's we have a good reason to be doing this. Just trust us. And like the fact that the scale and like that they're really quite proud of how big the game has gotten is really interesting to me. Because has everybody here played Hollow Knight?
Yes, I played it.
I
I
played a
didn't
little
beat
bit
it,
of it,
but
yeah.
I played
Dabbled in it, right? So this is a Metroidvania game it's pretty free and open, lots of room to explore and kind of tackle the game at your own pace with, just a couple pivotal fixes, like you got to get to this point to get to this next point. But most of the like 50 plus bosses, you can pretty much visit as you just come across them. And it's a fucking massive game. The base game wasn't like super big, but they also released 3 DLCs for this that just added lore and bosses and new sections of the map and all sorts of other crazy stuff. And I fucking love Hornet. She was a great little NPC in the game. Definitely worthy of her own title. But like, hey, if you haven't played Hollow Knight yet, you absolutely should. It's literally on Game Pass. Like, go play it. Like, because clearly we got a little bit more time. I'm very hopeful for a second half 2023 release date. I think we could still see it get released this year. I'm hopeful.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see if I can at least garner some kind of points for it. I sure fucking hope, man, because I am losing to y'all real hard in our fantasy critic. Goddamn, boy.
Dude,
I got
huge points for Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, he did.
Huge
Yeah, he
points.
fucking did. Jesus
You
Christ,
guys
man.
need it.
Because I also had Redfall.
Yeah, so it balanced itself out.
Garrick's had some big hits and big misses. So
I unfortunately had Crime Boss Rocky City on mine.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, you did. You gambled.
I mean,
Oh,
at least one of your games didn't get delayed. Like I fucking got Suicide Squad delayed.
Yeah,
Not even released this year.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you can take it out if it's a delay that goes outside the calendar year. You can switch it out with something else. Yeah, you can.
I just
you
have
can
a
drop
good
it.
We're almost at our halfway through the year actual update review. Final Fantasy Critic update episode. It's almost time.
Yeah,
I'm
it's almost
actually
there.
winning this time. Let's go.
I've got a whole slate of content I have planned for us for the June area. So it's going to be an exciting month for us, and I'm so excited to go over with you guys. But I'm also excited for you guys to have a word from our sponsors. This piece of good Kraken content is brought to you by Glide Mousepads. The world is changing, and the demand for PC gaming and work from home setups has never been as wild as it is right now. Having the best of the best in PC accessories only makes it easier to get your work done before you jump right back in to the fray of the digital sea. And Glide knows exactly how to make that happen for you. Glide Mousepads is the future industry leader in mousepads, offering beautiful, smooth, waterproof products made with eco-friendly materials and non-slip rubber in a variety of sizes that are guaranteed to help you get that next win. I've got one of these bad boys in my office at work. I've got one here at my desk right now. Devin's got one. Xander's got one. This bad boy is silky smooth, silkier and smoothier than even the silkiest of smoothies or soy milk or what have you. You can go to glidemousepads.com right now and use code Kraken for 15% off the Founders Edition mousepad in every size available. Again, that's code KRAKEN Kraken for 15% off any Founders Edition mousepad today. Our next sponsor is Rogue Energy. Late nights are pretty much commonplace for all content creators, and anyone here at GK can attest that late nights are kind of our only nights. Luckily for us, though, Rogue has figured out exactly how to give those late nights and even earlier mornings the supercharge that we all need. Rogue Energy is a low-calorie, no-sugar energy formula that is the perfect alternative to sugar-filled canned energy drinks and sodas. Every formula Rogue Energy produces is designed with optimal levels of high-quality ingredients and no chalky textures. Again, we don't want that. Being the only gaming drink company in the world with 4 unique product lines to suit your task at hand, Rogue Energy strives to improve the in-game performance of gamers, streamers, and content creators around the world. Now, I know that we've been riding this train for a long time. You might be tired of us talking about this. You might not be tired of us. You might want to just support us anyways. And you know what? For those that do support us, we love you. But the best way to support us right now is to grab yourself a big old cup of Joe. When I say Joe, I mean this Rogue Energy stuff. I need you waking up first thing in the morning with a big old shit to get a big old shit going. Oh, wow. You grab your Rogue Energy cup. Okay, you dip that you just scoop that bad boy right on there. You give that bad boy a shaky dakey, you know what I'm saying? And then you're out the dang door, okay? You need this beverage in your life. I cannot express that enough. You can head on over to rogueenergy.com and use code GKRAKEN for 10% off any purchase of shaker or formula tub of your choosing. That's GKRAKEN for 10% off any shaker or formula tub that you would like. Now, back to the episode. And we have returned, my friends. DJ, could you tell the people at home what we're doing next?
Well, Ernell, everyone at home better protect yo neck because we're going to the gallows. Splash.
Guys, for the gallows, our headlining segment, we today are talking about overrated games. So we're going to go around the table. We're going to give 3 each, okay, one by one, kind of work our way up to our number 1 most overrated game of all time for each of us individually. And let's drink some Haterade, boys. I'm excited for this. It's gonna be a good one. So let's go ahead and let's start with the Hater King himself, Devin. What is your number 3 most overrated game of all time?
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Ooh! Wow! That's ballsy. That's ballsy.
I honestly agree with that.
Wow! Jesus Christ!
I very much agree with that.
It has some of the worst mechanics for like any shooter-based video game ever. And using guns is like the main thing you do, and it is a egregious third-person shooter system. Egregious.
This guy just wants every game to feel like Call of Duty, bro. I swear to God, bro.
No, dude.
Not feel good.
I love third-person shooter games, dude. I love third-person shooters. Like, you put that gameplay next to The Division, and The Division is always gonna walk and shit all over Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, so I'll take it. You know what I mean? I can't. The Division's my baby. I can't take that. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Division,
sure, it's Grand Theft Auto, but whose mother is just letting him stay at home and play Grand Theft Auto 5 still?
Lots of people, man. Lots of people, dude. God damn, dude. Garrick, your number 3 most overrated game of all time.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna get hate for it. But don't care. Minecraft.
That was on my list.
Whoa.
Yep.
Garrick, explain
Minecraft?
yourself, sir.
Dude, it's just... Look, I understand that the garbage graphics are an art choice. It's just squares with various pixels on them. That's all it is. You couldn't even bother to give me some low poly garbage. It's just squares. I can't get behind hours and hours and hours of just squares.
That's why you gotta get
But you can
shader
make your
packs and
whole
fucking
own-
texture packs.
I
and
don't
stuff.
want a shader pack to make my fucking game good. It's dumb. You want to know
Honestly-
what I also don't want to do? Like, why is the scariest fucking enemy in the game a miscoded pig?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. But I mean, it's honestly Minecraft's a horror game. I don't think you
It's a
should.
The
horror
thing
game.
is I don't even
in
like
some
hate
weird ways,
the
yeah.
franchise either. Like, I've played like Minecraft Dungeons. I think that is a great little action RPG. It's just, but like, it's got more flavor to it than just the squares that I can see past. But like for the like, dude, first person squares though, bro. No, and you can't even like you look down and like your little feet's squares. You're walking, your little arms squares. You look in a mirror, your dumb fucking head squares, bro. I don't like Minecraft.
Esco
Derek's
says
too cool for Minecraft. It's
There's no
just full of
mirrors
a
in
bunch of
Minecraft,
squares.
so you're wrong. You're wrong. No mirrors in Minecraft.
Esco says
You're
you
wrong.
guys
Your opinion's wrong.
need to make a good Kraken Minecraft characters.
No.
We gotta make ourselves a Minecraft.
It's easy. You just put a black hat on like fucking 4/5 of them, and then just
it's
alternate
us.
different colored
Yeah, just
T-shirts and
different
put black
beards.
pants
Different beards, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
and Adidas on every single one.
Yep, every single one, baby. Let's go.
And none of them will look anything like us because they're squares.
Maybe we are
Shit,
squares though.
He just
you know,
doesn't like
it's
squares.
maybe
He
it's a
just
Yeah,
metaphor.
doesn't like.
maybe
He
that's
doesn't like
exactly what it is.
cubicle figures.
Maybe that's the
doesn't
point
like,
Eska's trying to say. She's trying to say we're a bunch of squares.
Yeah, bunch of squares.
DJ, your number 3 most overrated game of all time.
Overwatch. I despise that game.
I can see
Wow.
that.
I think-
Okay. all right,
Yeah,
all right.
this was on my list too.
At its core, I've played it. I've played the original. I bought the $60 version of that
I'm
game.
sorry.
The $60 physical copy. That's the only way you get a physical copy of the game is if you bought it at $60 because it was $40 digitally, right? And it came with a Winston toy that my parents threw away, and I was really sad about. Because I like that Winston toy anyway. Overwatch at its core is just boring. Like Blizzard can throw like so much in its cinematics and it makes it look great and awesome, but the characters don't have depth to them in terms of writing and design because they're designed to be like in sort of just brevity and clarity because there's so much shit going on in a match. The community is garbage. Everyone says it's a great game, but I'm just convinced that they're just convincing themselves that they're having fun when it's really not. And then Overwatch 2 just set a really bad precedent. And I wish people would realize that the fact that you're playing this means that Blizzard can get away with just giving you the same shit. And it shouldn't be like that. You actually get less characters on the field in the new one. Last one was what? It was 6v6, and then this one's 5v5, and they added like 2-3 maps, and the characters changed just a slight bit, and the monetization system in the game sucks.
Hydrate, boys.
It's just bad. It's just a bad game. I just wish it would go offline. Like. I just don't like the game. I don't get the appeal. And I played it. I played a majority of the time. I spent like over 500 hours on that game. It's great to play with friends for fun. Climbing the rank ladder sucks because everyone's toxic. But yeah, I just don't like the game. I'd rather play League of Legends.
Officially confirmed. Overwatch overrated. Overwatch porn underrated. There you go.
Checks out.
So you guys already know my pure hatred for Skyrim, so I'm not going to go there tonight. I'm not going to go there.
I wasn't gonna. Yeah, it's not in my list either.
I
was gonna say.
expected that to be your number one.
No. I don't even need. I don't need an episode to explain my pure hatred for Skyrim. Okay, I don't need that. I'll do it any other day of the week. All right, fuck Skyrim. What I will do instead is give you 3 other games that I feel are also just as bullshit as Skyrim is. Okay, and that is going to start off, my friends. Number 3 most overrated game of all time is Fallout New Vegas.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a really good game. I don't agree with that at all. Have you beaten that game?
I have. I've beaten 3 and New Vegas, yes. And 3
You
was
played the
better.
DLC?
Is it 3 was
And 3 was
better?
better. 3 was
Oh,
better.
man.
3
No,
was
3
better.
is great, but I like New Vegas better. The humor's a great touch.
I don't think the humor was necessary. I don't think the humor was necessary.
No. Go into it.
You know what this is? This is the I liked Marvel when it wasn't as funny as much. That's what this argument is.
No, my problem with New Vegas isn't necessarily the humor. And this is why it's making my number 3 spot. Is not. I just think it's overrated in comparison to how people have blown it up the way that they have. I don't think it's overrated in the sense that it's a bad game. I don't think it's a bad game. I don't think it's as star-spangled fucking awesome as everybody made it out to be. When
you can't
Fallout
play
3,
it today. You literally cannot.
Fallout 3, I felt Fallout 3 had a better story, had everything there that you wanted it to be. Like, it came off the cuffs of Fallout 2, quote unquote, blowing out into that sort of game, and like had all of us like, holy shit, this is what Fallout is now. I just thought overall Fallout 3 had way bigger of a splash than New Vegas did. New Vegas had some cool shit that you do in the campaign, but generally speaking, Fallout 3 I felt was way more of a cultural zeitgeist. What's up, DJ?
Can I offer a rebuttal?
I'm not taking questions at this time.
I'm like with DJ on this.
Oh, I knew a couple of you guys would be.
Where's Fallout 3? Where's my dad? And then Fallout New Vegas is you get shot in the head and then you make up your story from there. How beautiful is that? Fallout New Vegas is beautiful.
BioShock 3 was a great story. You know what I'm saying? That's like 5 other games that have that fucking story.
BioShock 3 was not that story. Where's Elizabeth?
BioShock 3 was, I don't know where I am. BioShock 1 was, I don't know where I am.
BioShock 1, I don't know where I am. BioShock 3 was literally a rescue mission. It was essentially Mario trying to save Peach. That's
but he was like, thing happens. Don't know where I am. And then you find out, he really didn't know who he was. Like he knew who he was, but he didn't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into spoilers of BioShock 3.
He was.
Jesus Christ, Devin! Jesus Christ! Your number 2 overrated game of all time, my friend. Go ahead.
You.
Yeah, touche.
Dead by Daylight.
Yes. Oh my God. Dude. I agree with this wholeheartedly.
I do enjoy that game. I do also agree.
I think it's super overrated.
I do think it's overrated. So listen, and our we have a baby boy, Hydro. We love you. I'm sorry if this grinds your gears at all. I don't know how you play this fucking game like 30 hours a week. I have no fucking clue how you do that. This game has been so long over my fucking head for fucking ever.
Yes.
I don't understand people that made this game their niche, because I don't see where's the end? I don't know, 2 hours. Like, I'm fine after 2 hours of this game. I can't imagine more than that. Anyways, Devin,
I'm fine with 2 hours ever.
I mean, we played it. We had a good time. It was a fun experience. But I would never be like, this is my game. You know what I mean?
The game, for one, the mechanics are fucking dog shit. Like, fucking dog shit.
It's not Call of Duty, bro. It's not Apex. Man. No, it's so sorry, dude.
Fuck up.
Sorry, bro. It's not Titanfall
on 2. You. That might be my number 1.
I'm really curious to see what everyone's number 1 most overrated game.
I'm ready for some hot takes, dude. I'm excited for it.
I just personally oh no, I need to turn on these generators. Then a gate opens. Then I'm free. Can't do anything to really fight the monster. I guess I could push this bookshelf over and jump through this little hole.
Jesus Christ.
That's the mechanics, dude. That's the mechanics.
And when he puts it that way, yeah, it's pretty... That's pretty mundane. If you had to describe Dead by Daylight to somebody, it's like, yeah, a killer's chasing you. You can't do anything about it, though. But you gotta...
That game straight up is like
and your character has no knowledge of how to do the generator, lore wise.
Yeah, you can play that game off of a fucking iPhone with the way that fucking shit runs.
I'm surprised there's a competitive scene for it. Like, how do you do that? Why is there a rank 1 system for Dead by Daylight? Why?
EA, it's in the sports.
Garrick, let's move to you, my friend. Your number 2 overrated game of all time.
Oh, dude. I literally think about this fucking game and I just cringe. Like literally, I fucking hate this game. I think it is just the most overblown out of proportion thing. This isn't even my number one either. Among Us.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Explain.
Dude, it is just. It is a game that only got good or got traction because of when it was released. It was a product of good timing because there have been so many other games that have done everything and more that Among Us has done, but didn't present it in this nice, new, cute little kid-friendly package. That was it. It made it accessible to a younger demographic. That was all. And it happened to release in its prime during the pandemic. There is nothing about this game that I understand keeps people coming back over and over and over and over. I do not understand the appeal to the gameplay loop at all. I have even I got this game, got together with a whole group of friends, and we tried to play it. And literally the whole time, I just wanted to bang my head up against a wall because it was just the most uninspired game ever. I was just I've played board games with this same concept that are more fucking fun than this video game is. Yeah, dude, and there's just I just don't get it.
I was waiting.
That was good, Devin. That was fucking good, my friend.
Esco, to answer your question, I've never died in Among Us because I've only ever played one game and I was bored out of my fucking head.
DJ, your number 2 overrated game of all time.
Number 2. Shit, man. Because I don't know if I want to say because I have number 2 and number 1 are equal to me, so I don't know which one to say. I think to talk about first.
Leave your hotter take for last.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Fallout 4. Fallout 4. I dislike a lot.
Okay.
It is, even though it's considered not it out of the 3, which is Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Fallout 4. It's not as critically acclaimed, I guess, as the other 2. But a lot of people still like this game, and I don't know why.
I like it.
I just don't get it. I of course I gave it its fair shake. I played it. And it wanted, I don't know why, the visuals just give me a headache. I don't know why. I guess it's, I swear this game's literally built off of fucking duct taping their creation engine that they use for Fallout 3 into something better, and it shows a lot of the time.
So that creation engine is Bethesda's own internal engine that they update for every single game they do.
And its ass.
Yeah, and I wish they would switch.
Well, I will say the new version of it for Starfield was worked on by id Software, makers of Wolfenstein and Doom. So I'm expecting the gunplay and everything to be pretty good in this one with them.
Yeah, it will feel like Apex.
It just doesn't feel good. The story is, man. I don't want to. I don't necessarily mind my character being voiced. I just don't like the context of everything is based in. I just oh, I gotta find my son. My wife is dead. Or if you're playing as a woman, my husband's dead. I gotta find my son. Still, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't flow well. It doesn't flow well as Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. You have a clear path of it's not a clear path where you should go, right? but it lays it out in clever storytelling and world design, where like you're like if you don't know anything about the game, you're going straight into like Fallout New Vegas. You're going out of docks. You're going straight to the saloon, and then you go straight to where the fuck the next town is with the roller coaster. I forgot it. But Fallout 4 has that, but it doesn't feel as satisfying. Like they give you everything up front. Like you get to the settlement, you meet the settlement guy, you get a power armor in like the first like 30 minutes, and you kill a Deathclaw, and then that's it. And it fucking sucks. Doesn't feel good, doesn't feel rewarding. Quests don't feel good. Like exploring doesn't feel good. I explore, I either fucking die or it's boring mess.
Okay, good.
Like,
Okay, good.
Yeah, Fallout 4 sucks. I'm sorry. Don't like
My
it.
number, and you know what? I think a lot of people might actually agree with you, DJ. It's more than you suspect, because I feel like Fallout 4 left a bitter taste in a lot of people's mouths. My number 2 most overrated game of all time is actually going to be a plethora of games that dwindles to one game specifically. So I'm going to say my number 2 most overrated games of all time are Battle Royale games. More specifically, PUBG. Fuck PUBG.
Okay.
And fuck what PUBG did to video games. I fucking hate that game. I've tried it. I've played it a couple of times. I did not have a good time. Nothing about it was enjoyable for me. The graphics are dog shit. All these other games that tried to do PUBG better than what PUBG did, I wish they wouldn't have. I wish they would just left it at PUBG to embarrass themselves. Because now we have all sorts of fucking stupid Battle Royale games that we didn't fucking need at all. And it turned into this just wild fuck fest of Battle Royale games that we just got.
And they all launch and then close after a year.
Exactly. Because everyone's
except for Apex.
And
Apex and Fortnite.
And the mode of Apex that doesn't have Battle Royale is the better mode, and they stopped doing it. It's just god damn it, man. I'm over it, dude. Like, we don't need any more Battle Royale. Stop it. You know what I mean? Just stop that shit.
Good Kraken Battle Royale, July 12th. Tune in.
It was a cool format when Fortnite was like, hey, we're going to do better than PUBG. And everyone's like, oh, those are really cool. It's just PUBG with goofy cartoon characters that look good, right? And even that, we were like, no, we don't fucking want this all that bad. Like, and then it ended up fucking blowing up. And now Fortnite has gone in the direction of figuring out that people don't really want fucking battle royales out anymore. So now you can just fucking shoot people. You fucking shoot people in a team deathmatch format, because that is a good game format.
Games within Fortnite now. Just create your own action adventure within Fortnite.
It's just fucking ridiculous, man. I'm so over battle royales. I'm so fucking over it. Stop doing it to me. Stop it, video games. Stop it. Devin, let's move to you, my boy. Kick us off for our final round here. Your number 1 most overrated video game of all time. Go ahead, my friend.
All right. Kind of similar to you in a sense. It's a plethora
Skyrim?
of games.
Oh.
And it's similar. I fucking hate MOBAs. And I fucking hate League of Legends. Get that shit the fuck out of here.
That's
My
valid.
boy,
Get
fuck
that
MOBAs.
the fuck out of
Fuck
here.
MOBAs, you know what I'm saying?
How the fuck
fucking
are like
PC
thousands of people paying money to go sit in a seat to watch a screen from hundreds of feet away of a fucking MOBA match? Like, dog, just pull out your fucking phone if you want to watch it.
I'd rather watch tower defense mobile game ads than fucking watch League of Legends, dude.
Dude, it's just dumb, man. Like, I've even tried it. I don't get it. I understand the gameplay, but I don't understand how this.
Oh, never mind. Get good.
Oh, I think Devin froze up for a second. I'll take over for you, Devin. Look at me. I'm a little PC fucking video game nerd. Oh, MOBAs, League of Legends. Hey, don't forget that. Don't forget this.
It is definitely an acquired taste.
It is fucking a stupid
Definitely
taste is what it is. It's a
It's an
stupid
acquired
taste, you know what I'm saying?
taste.
It's a gross taste that never should have been fucking made in the first place. How either of you fuckers got and lost yourselves into League of Legends is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather play Clue with Samuel L. Jackson. Does she look like a bitch? And then that's it. That's the winner. I would rather play.
That sounds like a fun time though. You gotta.
That would be a
sounds
good
like
time. That
fun
would be a fucking good time.
Yeah.
I'd rather
like a great
hang out with
time.
Mark Wahlberg for an afternoon than fucking play League of Legends anymore. You know what I'm saying? Although there's some great stuff that has come from League of Legends, like the music. The music's been pretty tight.
I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff, like a lot of like cool other games that they have, like Legends of Runeterra, their card game, their Hearthstone.
That hasn't happened in a while.
Devin like mic dropped on us. He was like League of Legends.
Yeah.
Blue screen.
Yeah. No, straight up though, like, fuck MOBAs, fuck League of Legends, fuck Dota. Only good thing.
You didn't
that
even
came
like
out of...
Heroes of the Storm? You ever played Heroes of the Storm?
Nope.
Smite, Paragon.
Nope.
Heroes of the Storm was tight, and Smite is still tight.
Never played
Paragon.
them.
What's it? Paragon. It's called Predecessor now, or whatever the.
Oh yeah,
fuck it's called.
Predecessor and Overwatch
Trash.
Prime.
Trash. All trash.
Yeah.
Or
No,
something like that.
The only good thing that came out of that world is the fact that we got Arcane.
Fair point.
That's
Fair
true.
Point, my friend. Good show.
I think you just gotta get good, man. MOBAs are fun. You
Speaking
just
of
gotta find the right
getting
MOBA
good,
for you.
Garrick,
Yeah, find the right MOBA for you.
No,
let's
I'm gonna
go
stay
to
away
you,
from
my
them.
friend. Garrick, your number one most overrated game of all time.
Excellent. Love this. So I'm gonna do you one just a little bit better. And I'm gonna give you a franchise. Yes,
Ooh.
franchise.
Okay.
And I'm not sorry. And I'll never be sorry.
Mm.
But Halo is fucking boring.
Ooh, damn. That's huge. That's a huge
damn,
one. That's the
son.
hottest take tonight.
God damn, he
That's the
came in
hottest
hot.
take
He
tonight.
came. Oh, that is
Dude.
the hottest take so far. Garrick,
That is
explain yourself or
insane.
taste cold steel,
That's
fool.
like saying you don't like Mario. Like, that's like crazy to me.
Dude,
It's like
I
a
get
big
it.
take.
I understand. Like, I get it. I get that Halo is just one of those games that like everybody loves. It's got great appeal. It's got like great market appeal. Lots of different players. But I would rather play almost any other FPS. Almost any other FPS than Halo. And no, Devin, you do not get to defend Halo right now.
I'm not
talking.
defending. I'm not defending. I'm just gonna ask who hurt you in your formative years when Halo came out.
My fucking Xbox did. Because the first Xbox sucked.
That's true.
You know what though? I feel like a part of me might actually agree with Garrick if I didn't force myself to play the first Halo on PC like years after it came out. And I played the campaign, was actually like, this campaign's fucking tight, dude. So maybe
good.
maybe Garrick just needs to play a campaign, and he'll be fine. You know what I'm saying?
See, but here's the thing. I've played a good chunk of the Halo games. I even have one Halo game that I actually really, really like. One. And that is the only motherfucking one, Devin. You
Reach is
goddamn
amazing.
know it.
Reach is so good.
fucking good.
All the ones you
But-
Reach is
so
probably
good.
the most based.
Reach is fucking
But-
hella base, dude. Like for real.
To kind of double down here, I like Reach because I loved it made me love the characters very quickly. I love a good story. And I understand that Master Chief's story is one worth telling, but it's not one that I want to fucking hear. It is just a very uninspired sci-fi tale from my perspective. I have a hard time getting grabbed into it. I do think that the alien designs are pretty cool. Some of the guns are pretty neat, but at the end of the day, I look at Halo and I go, this is a really consumer safe Warhammer 40K, and I can't ever see past it.
Oh, that's
Dude,
honestly,
the Halo 3
honest-
story though is so good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
but for Garrick, the plane never left the ground. Like
Yeah,
the first one
it was
never left.
hopeless from the start.
And,
for
and
sure.
You mean the
he
Pelican?
never got to space. He never got to space.
Yeah,
He
the
couldn't
Pelican
get there.
never left orbit.
Yeah, Pelican
that,
never
that
left
peacock,
the fucking
that
sword
peacock couldn't
base.
fly. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, but
He said, "I'm dying
Halo
on
2
Reach."
campaign when you're fighting on Earth and you're in the city and then you jump on the fucking scarab.
It's really hilarious
Goddamn,
that
you
like,
control
Garrick's
the
favorite
scarab.
game. Garrick's favorite Halo game is set before the events of the Halo trilogy.
Also, the story in Halo Wars 1 and 2.
Okay, Halo Wars is different. Halo Wars is pretty good.
DJ, let's move to you, my friend. Your number one overrated game of all time.
The whole Borderlands franchise.
Damn!
I
We're
will
just
not be
coming for the popular
apologized.
FPSs
I
tonight.
know we are doing. We're eating them alive. I like it.
Borderlands.
DJ, explain yourself.
Dude, I grew up all my life like watching videos and reviews and people talking about how great Borderlands 2 is and how it's like that classic game that everyone needs to play. And when I finally got it, I could not see what the fuck everyone was talking about. I couldn't see it.
Friends.
I sank more than 10 hours because I so desperately wanted it to be good because that's why I hear every time like this game is so good. Like I would see clips of it and it's like there's so much personality and I love personality in like charming personalities within video games and within media, all types of media. So I'm like I want to get to that point. But it is such a slog. It is such a slog within the first like few hours. Like I'm not getting anything from the story, whatever character I'm playing, I'm not even getting it because I restarted a couple times. I'm like, maybe it's the character, maybe I need to change up the play style, and it just doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. It doesn't work. I just can't. I can't like even like getting loot, getting new guns. It feels so bland because all the starter guns, like all the greens and shit, maybe you get a blue. It feels all the same. And I'm like, there's of course, the joke is like, he's got a quadrillion guns in the game because there's different stat boosts and different styles, different things. I get bored because there's such an excess amount of it. It's just boring. And like the changes to the guns aren't enough. And the sound design sucks dick and balls. I'm so sorry. Like it doesn't. Every gun sounds the same. Like besides a few animation tweaks, every gun sounds the same, and I hate hearing my own guns.
DJ said Borderlands 2 sound design sucks scrot and shaft, dog.
Yeah.
And then swallowed the gravy. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yes.
Bro.
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is the only one that I thought was palatable, and that's outside of the Borderlands universe. In this,
That's like deemed as like one of the worst ones.
It's
guys
actually my
like it.
favorite one.
You guys want to?
and I like it's a little bit better, but it doesn't redeem it in my eyes.
Dude. Borderlands 2 is so fucking good. You just need to play
I
it
love
with friends.
Borderlands.
It's like
I
it's a
only
One
hate the
Piece thing. I
pre-sequel.
just can't. If I have to wait another 10 hours for the game to get good, it's not going to be good.
It doesn't
Okay,
take that long.
If y'all want a hot take, I agree with DJ. I agree with DJ wholeheartedly.
Yes.
I have. Okay, so I got introduced to Borderlands from old band guy, Lil Jon, Garrett Devin. Mr. Deadly, we'll call him, because that's fitting for him.
Oh, look, you started off with that franchise in a misstep, so I don't blame you, man.
So Borderlands was introduced to me by him, and I fucking hated it. I tried picking up Borderlands 2, and I fucking hated it. And I don't think I've ever had a good Borderlands experience outside of Tiny Tina's because I had you guys to play it with.
Yeah.
I really do not like Borderlands all that much either. Like the humor gets me. I love the humor, but the humor doesn't make up
Writing's
for the
great.
fact that it just feels like Turok with modern guns.
It feels like an outdated like PS2 shooter.
Dude, I
That's what
love
it feels like all the time.
I love Border.
Wow.
Oh.
Me and 3 friends like stayed up for 48 hours like straight and played the whole game to completion within 2 days.
But you guys have to agree with me. The sound design
why
B2
I
is better.
can understand the perspective of Overrated though, specifically for Borderlands 2 too, because
Yeah.
like I loved that game growing up. And then I played 3 and Tiny Tina's, and then I went back to 2, and I was just like, holy fuck, this is not all that as great as I remember it being. And like, I know that people shit on 3 for like its own reasons, but 3 still felt like a tighter, better game, and Tiny Tina's was just more fun because
Yeah.
it was less serious.
Yeah.
And like, but yeah, I get the like the perspective. I think it's one of those games too where like it got that overrated status because it did something for like a genre, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's
And
what I was
but,
gonna
like,
say.
You
is
wouldn't
it's
have
like
looter shooters without
I feel like
it.
I feel like other looter shooters have done looting and shooting better than Borderlands did. And I would much rather play those games. You know what I mean? Like I would much
Right.
rather play a majority
You guys agree that
of
the
those
sound
games.
design sucks ass, right? Like on Borderlands 2 specifically, like their sound design just sucks. Whenever
It's
you get
been
the
so long
turret in
since
the
I've played.
car, the car turret sounds the same. It's like a stock like machine gun noise, and it bugs the shit out of me because I have to use it to kill fucking big ass monsters in the fucking field, and it bugs me every time I have to use it.
Well, until you get the good guns, and then you don't need that car to kill big ass monsters in the field.
I'm
Yeah,
glad.
see, I don't want to, but I have to
You
shoot
never
more
met Mr.
monsters to
Torque.
get to that point.
I'm
You
glad
never met
that we
Mr.
all
Torque.
have some pretty wonderful hot takes here tonight. Gentlemen, here's our final one. My number 1 overrated games franchise of all time is Soulsborne games.
Ooh,
I
get that,
actually agree with that.
Kind of agree a little bit.
So-
I love them, but they
so-
are overrated as fuck.
Here's the deal. As we know,
The old ones,
I
yes.
love me some good old Soulsborne games. I do love those fucking video games so much. Specifically Bloodborne. Please bring it to PC. They are not as good as people make them out to be. The lore is extravagant.
Specifically Bloodborne.
For
me.
Like I enjoyed Bloodborne because of the faster paced combat. Like that did it for me in a way that Dark Souls did not. You know what I mean? The lore in Dark Souls is way better than Bloodborne's, to be completely honest. But Bloodborne had a fast pace, and I enjoyed that. But none of the Soulsborne games are this God-given gift that Soulsborne fans make them out to be, including Elden Ring. Actually, big old fucking stamp on Elden Ring as a perfect example of this is not as good as you think it is. Like, it really, really is not. As far as action, adventure, high fantasy video games, it's not as good as you think it is. Like we enjoy it because we have a history with Soulsborne games. We enjoy it because we have these nostalgia glasses on that remembers these old times with Dark Souls 1, with Demon Souls, where we were first experiencing that, and it took us hours upon hours to get good at those games. And now, Soulsborne has turned into this weird fucking circle jerk of people that are like, oh, you like Soulsborne games? Yeah, I do. Oh, how many New Game Pluses have you done? And you're just like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, it doesn't matter. To, like, there's so many things about, like, the Soulsborne fan base that ruin Soulsborne games for me, because I am totally okay with just accepting the fact that Soulsborne games are just good games. I'm fine with that. I do not think Elden Ring should have won Game of the Year, and it's not because of God of War Ragnarok. It's not because of God of War Ragnarok.
game direction,
right?
best game of the year.
I don't want to hear. I don't fucking want to hear it. You know what I mean? I don't fucking want to hear it. There's just, dude. The games are good. They are good games. They are not The Witcher 3. You know what I mean? They're not Hades. They're not these games that have won game of the year, like that were actually fucking.
But it did win game of the year.
Well, I'm sorry, what was that?
It did win
Elden
game of the
Ring
year.
won
though.
game of the year.
I know, but I'm saying
Sekiro
it
also
shouldn't
won
have.
Game of the Year, but hey,
It shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? Sekiro, I think, was an interesting thing because Sekiro. No, you know what? No,
it was
I'm not,
almost not.
it was-
but you could lump it in.
Right.
It got like the tertiary clout from the genre fan.
Exactly. Like there's just a level of like where Soulsborne games hit that I'm like, yes, this is good for me. For me, I enjoy this because I enjoy this kind of game, right? Is it a stellar fucking video game? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. It like
Fuck no. If it was a stellar video game, I wouldn't be that goddamn mad at it while I'm playing.
Exactly. Like the fact that you have to spend hours upon hours looking at item descriptions to get the lore for the stories is absurd. It is absurd.
Thank God for Vadi Vidya. That's the only reason I play Soulsborne's games.
It's like
because I don't give a shit about. I would never look for the lore on my own.
Dude, it's just
Ever.
like the fact that you have to do that still in Elden Ring is insane to me. There's like the level of like Dark Souls 1, for example, ends in a way in which you don't actually really know like what the fuck made this entire journey important or not. Because unless you go look at item descriptions, you have no explanation for what decision you should make at the end of Dark Souls 1. Should you light the bonfire or should you not light the bonfire or should you walk away, right? Those are the choices that you have. And nothing explains to you which way you should go with it. And they do that in every single Soulsborne game. And everyone's like, nom, 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 eat it up. I love this shit. This is the best game ever. And I'm like, no, the fuck it's not, dude. It's not. There are so many good fucking games in this world that Soulsborne games don't even fucking touch. Okay? I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody fucking says, but there's been some magnificent fucking games. I would much rather play Ghost of Tsushima over and over and over again before I even fucking touch another Souls. If someone had a gun to my fucking head and said, listen here, fat motherfucker, pick, right? I'd be like Ghost of Tsushima, period. No hesitation, right? Because that game is a fucking magnificent game. And there's other games that are just as magnificent as it. And I don't think Soulsborne games deserve that fucking plateau, that weird pedestal that Soulsborne fans put them on. And you guys can quote me on that because fuck you. Fuck you for ruining Soulsborne games, okay? Fuck all of you. Anyways.
Brunel's really upset that Ragnarok didn't get Game of the Year.
Oh my god, you motherfucker. I knew you were going to do that. You should fucking gaslight me. You know, like,
Game of the year.
Excuse me. Also, Skyrim sucks. Guys, let's talk our schedule for next week. So on Tuesday, actually today, we did this content. Tomorrow, we have no content. On Thursday, we have the Shipwreck Show, where we'll be getting together. We'll be talking about all the ridiculous bullshit that you guys love, as per usual. That episode will be going live the next morning. But then on Friday, we're actually not going to be doing content again. We're going to have another empty Friday for you guys because we are seeing the hit movie, the one and only Fast 10, baby. Let's
Fast 10, baby.
go. Part one, dude. Fast 10-1. Let's go, baby. I'm so here for it, dude. Do you guys think that they're for Fast 10-2? I think for 10-2, they're gonna I don't know. They're gonna like change the game. They're gonna have like a dance song thing, like Final Fantasy X-2.
Yuna and Titus are gonna be
No,
in it.
can it be stylized like Final Fantasy X-2?
No. Devin knew exactly where I was going with it. Devin knew exactly where I was going with it, baby. That's it.
No, it's gonna be it's part one it's Fast X, and then Fast XX, and then Fast XXX, dude.
Triple
And
X.
then
Oh,
it's just
shit.
actually a Triple
Oh,
X
shit.
movie.
X Fast and the Furious mashup.
It's
Yeah,
a Triple X
dude.
movie. Dominic Toretto has a twin brother, and it's Xander
Ice
for
Cube.
fucking Triple X. I get Ice Cube.
Devin, your game dropped again.
Did it now?
Something happened.
Did it,
You got quieter.
How's that?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this bullshit?
It's like it starts to like randomly sound like you're talking through like a wall. Like it's
that?
weird.
Is that better?
That's better. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, at the end it just says the legendary family will return.
Oh yeah, dude, let's go.
Yeah.
Fast
Pretty good.
XXX Endgame. And
I
fast.
heard Groot is gonna be in this movie.
Ooh, he is in the movie.
Yeah.
It's funny enough.
He
Man.
is
This is
in the movie.
crazy, dude. Guys, please let us know what games you feel are overrated as fuck, and tell me why it's Skyrim. Also, let us know in the comments below. Let us know on Twitter. Let us know on our Discord. We want to hear from you guys. Oh God.
Borderlands.
Look at him.
He's
Look at him.
dying.
Excuse me,
Instant
Jesus
karma for saying
Borderlands.
Skyrim's overrated.
I
Look
know,
at that.
Jesus Christ. The gods were like, nay.
That's what all this is going on. Like all his health issues is because he's been talking shit on Skyrim for all these years.
It's been a long time. You think you've waited this long to catch up with me, huh? This has been
I mean, it sucks, doesn't it?
the Good Kraken podcast. Yeah, I mean, there's way more games that I hit my honorable mentions for overrated ass games, including like No Man's Sky, the Madden games, BioShock, 1
Call of
through
Duty.
3. No, I understand why Call of Duty. They are overrated for sure. But there's the list. The list fucking goes on. Actually, The Witcher 3 almost made it to my
Yes, I
number
was
3.
gonna say The Witcher
Yeah,
3, but
same.
like I left it out. I
Yeah,
complained too much
almost.
about it
I
I
already.
could go on and on.
Too bloated.
And on and on.
Yeah, on and on and on and on, just like you guys can. Because this has been the Good Kraken podcast, your choice for all the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you wanted to hear live every
Snorterlands.
Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 12 p.m. right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken. If you're riding this wave, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics. You get exclusive content, and you can soon have early access to episodes before they go live on podcasts and video services across the digital sea.
Yarr.
You can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there. We gotta get going on out of here, everybody. But until next time, my friends, Borderlands is not as good as you thought it was.
You've been listening to the #1 podcast in Atlantis.